In the year 1887, in the windswept Montana Territory, Clara Ellison was 35 years old and stood with nothing but the worn dress on her back, a single carpet bag, and $62 folded in a handkerchief. After her husband Samuel died of a merciless fever, she had washed linens until her knuckles bled and taught miners, children their letters to survive. Yet Harlan Drake, owner of the gleaming Golden Nugget Saloon and a powerful voice on the town council of Pine Hollow, wanted her small plot of land. False rumors spread that her cabin welcomed loose company, and her lessons stirred discontent. The council gave her 7 days to leave or be arrested as a vagrant. On the morning the marshal came to escort her out, Clara saw a faded auction notice for the old abandoned saloon Elias Thorne had built years earlier with honest men like Samuel. No one wanted the sagging, boarded-up ruin. When the auctioneer's gavel was about to fall, she stepped forward and bought it for $45. Some in the crowd shook their heads, calling it foolish for a woman alone. Yet as she walked the rutted track toward the weathered building, key heavy in her hand, she felt a strange pull, as though something long hidden high in the rafters waited for patient hands to find it. That discovery would change her life and restore something the town had nearly forgotten. Settle in, and let us tell you the story of Clara Ellison. If this tale finds you standing at the edge of some place others have already walked away from, we would be grateful if you shared your thoughts in the comments below. Clara had not always known such loneliness. She grew up in a small eastern settlement where her father worked timber and her mother tended a garden that fed neighbors in need. From them, she learned that true worth lay in quiet kindness and steady work. She met Samuel at a barn raising and recognized in the young carpenter the same values. They married and traveled west to Pine Hollow, drawn by open land and the chance to build something lasting. Samuel helped Elias Thorne raise the town's first real saloon, while Clara kept their cabin open to anyone needing a meal or encouragement. She learned to swing a hammer true and to listen deeply. When Samuel fell ill, she sat by his side through long nights, promising to carry their shared beliefs forward. After his death, she continued mending clothes and teaching children, clinging to the small plot that held their memories. But the fever took not only Samuel but their savings. Doctor's bills and a simple pine box left her in debt. Harlan Drake offered her far less than the land was worth. When she refused, the rumors grew louder. The council declared her a public nuisance and ordered her to leave within 7 days. With no family to turn to, Clara sold Samuel's tools, packed her carpet bag, and walked the empty road out of Pine Hollow. At the auction, she used nearly all she had left to buy the forgotten saloon. The old building smelled of mildew and forgotten nights. Sunlight slanted through gaps in the boards, revealing broken chairs and a dull bar. Clara swept dust, pried boards from the windows, and cleared a corner for her blanket. That first night she slept fitfully. At dawn, water dripped from the ceiling. She climbed a crate, worked a loose board free with her hammer, and reached into the rafters. Her fingers found a heavy bundle wrapped in oilcloth and tied with twine. Dust rose as she carried it to the bar and unfolded the cloth. Inside lay Elias Thorne's leather-bound journal and a small strongbox. A folded letter rested on top, addressed to whoever found it when the need is greatest. Elias had hidden the gold, not for personal gain, but as seed money for the town in hard times. To repair the school roof, help widows, and remind Pine Hollow that its strength came from working hands united, not from men like Harlan Drake's father who had tried to seize the saloon by force. The journal told how Samuel had climbed these very rafters to secure the beams, and how Elias had hidden everything high up, trusting the right person would one day discover it. Clara read by candlelight, her heart full. She did not spend the gold. Instead, she cleaned and patched the saloon while thinking deeply. Word spread quickly that a woman was living in the old ruin. Harlan sent 2 rough men to offer her $30 and warn her to leave before winter. Clara stood firm with hammer in hand. They laughed but left uneasy. She repaired the gouges they left in the doorframe. Soon a few townspeople appeared. Mrs. Hargrove brought food. Miss Reed, the schoolteacher, helped mend chairs. On a clear evening, Clara lit lamps and invited them inside. She read from Elias' journal and opened the strongbox. Silence fell as they saw the gold and understood its purpose. They agreed the money would fund repairs for the leaking school and help struggling widows. The old saloon would become a community place once more, exactly what Elias and Samuel had intended. Harlan Drake came himself 2 evenings later, flanked by his men. He claimed the building and offered Clara twice her purchase price. She quietly opened the journal to the page describing his father's threats. The written words carried more weight than shouts. His men shifted uncomfortably. Harlan turned and walked into the night without another word. After that, the town began to change in small, hopeful ways. Men brought tools and lumber. Women gathered under the repaired rafters for quilting and lessons. The old saloon filled with the sound of hammers and voices. Clara accepted a simple room above the new community store that opened inside it. Harlan's influence faded. Within the year, he sold the Golden Nugget and left Pine Hollow quietly. We began this story with a 35-year-old woman cast out with $62 who bought a forgotten saloon for $45. What she found sealed in the rafters was not fortune for one life, but a reminder that the true worth of a town lies in the promises its people keep to one another. Clara did not keep the gold for herself. She returned it to the hands that once raised the walls, giving Pine Hollow back its forgotten heart. The old saloon no longer stood silent. Its doors welcomed children learning their letters, widows finding company, and men remembering that honest work lifts more than one roof. Clara's name was spoken with quiet respect. Thank you for walking this road with us through the wind and dust and the quiet strength of one woman's hands. If the story stayed with you, pass it along to someone who needs the reminder that even the most overlooked corners can hold what a whole town has been waiting to find. Tell us in the comments, what is a time you discovered value in something others had already written off? Until next time, stay close to the things worth mending.